What's up, guys? Happy Thursday. Welcome back to another tarot reading. Let's just jump into it. All right. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so I got the Three of Pentacles, and this is how it looks in my deck. So as you can see, it's kind of hard to see, but it's kind of like a kaleidoscope, and there are different people at the bottom, and there's kind of this this ladder going up. And so this card really speaks to successful collaborations. It speaks to admiration. It speaks to kind of perfecting a craft that you have. And with the pentacles, you know, you're always kind of speaking to something long term. So this is really speaking to how beautiful this journey of self-worth is and self-love. And I think a big part of this is also speaking to your environment and to the people and friends around you. This is generally a really positive card. It's basically saying that everything that you've been working on is now going to kind of grow. You're finally going to be able to find your community, find your environment. And I really relate to this because on my personal growth journey, you know, I did have a couple of pretty lonely years in there. Like I always had, you know, a few friends or people who lived far away that I was still really close with, but it was hard for me to, like I was just saying, find people that were on this same journey of growth with me and that could understand when I talked to them about things like that. But as soon as I really started opening myself up, and I also really just started manifesting people of color in my life or wonderful friends, people that understood my growth journey, people that understood kind of the balance of appropriation in the self-help world, but also wanting to learn and admire other cultures and decolonize and XYZ, like all these interests and all these things that I want to do. I felt so lonely in that journey because I didn't know many people that were doing the same thing or interested in the same things. And so this is also kind of saying, like, with the last card, you know, the Jack of Swords, I believe it was, we were talking about starting off on this journey and not being sure, you know, where to go and kind of feeling cautious. And so this is on a similar note, kind of saying, well, the world's opening up for you now, continuing on this journey and choosing to make those steps and kind of going through that phase of being unsure and being lonely will eventually, if you keep honoring that and keep honoring your higher self in that, you're eventually going to find your community, your people, your people that you can collaborate with as well. So if this is from a business perspective, this is talking a lot about how you can, you know, create your craft and find another person's craft that might not be necessarily the same, but two kind of complementary goods that work well together. Are there people that you can reach out to and collaborate with? And this is also kind of giving the green light to say, like, people are just people. You're just kind of one question away from asking someone to collaborate with you or asking someone to work with you or asking for an opportunity. And it also kind of shows that while you're on your journey and though you have been feeling lonely, you're kind of getting to this point where other people admire you as well for taking all these hard steps. And it's really frustrating because this has happened in my personal growth journey as well, where people aren't necessarily there with you, holding your hand through the hard parts or, you know, even comforting you or being there through kind of your difficult moments. But as soon as you start doing well, people kind of start popping out of the woods to say, hey, how have you been? Congratulations. I want to hear your story. What have you been up to? And so it's kind of saying, like, while you may go through those moments of being really lonely and kind of being off your game and feeling a little bit different than you normally would, it's inviting this new phase in that same journey of saying, well, now you have people that look up to you. Now maybe those same people that you weren't sure were the right people for you, now they're kind of interested in your journey and interested in what you've been up to. So I see this as definitely a really positive card. And I guess the general takeaway from this is asking yourself, is your environment supporting you? Is there something else that you need, or do you need to set some sort of boundary with certain people or certain environments or activities that maybe aren't helping you connect to your higher self or aren't helping you really grow? And maybe not even activities that aren't helping you grow, but really start with, are there things that are actively holding you back? And just to kind of give some encouragement and some inspiration is really that idea of admiration and people admiring you for going on this journey, and finding people that have also done the work and kind of gone through their lonely phases and now collecting with them and collaborating with them and forming community with them. So I think a lot of you, if this is kind of your intro into the self-worth journey and you're not really sure where you're going or what you're doing, this is just kind of like a inspirational message to you to say, like, you're gonna find your people, you're gonna find your community, you're not gonna be alone in this forever, and you're gonna be so pleased with the results. Again, going back to that hiking analogy, it really is that beautiful view that you see at the very end that you didn't expect, you know? So yeah, that is the message for today. Leave me a comment below, as always, if you resonated, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Happy healing.